Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel where we keep a close eye on the happenings within the British royal family. Today, we turn our attention once again to Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, a figure who continues to navigate a complex path within the royal fold. Just when it seemed there might have been a subtle shift, with his appearance alongside the family during the traditional Easter Sunday walk, a fresh development suggests the road ahead remains decidedly challenging for him. We're delving into reports of a rather pointed exclusion, a social setback that occurred right on his doorstep, raising further questions about his current standing and future involvement. Before we unpack the details of this latest incident, if you find our royal updates informative and engaging, please do take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you these stories. Now, let's set the scene. As many of you will recall, Prince Andrew stepped back from public duties several years ago amidst the controversy surrounding his association with Jeffrey Epstein. This led to the loss of his military affiliations and royal patronages, significantly diminishing his official role. Since then, his public appearances have been infrequent and carefully managed, often limited to private family gatherings or events like Remembrance Sunday, albeit in a non-uniformed capacity. His recent presence at the Easter Sunday service at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, and the subsequent walkabout saw him mingling, albeit somewhat on the periphery, with other senior royals including King Charles and Queen Camilla. For some observers, this might have hinted at a cautious, tentative reintegration into the less formal aspects of family life, a small sign of familial support even if a public role remains off the table. He seemed relatively relaxed, walking alongside his former wife, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, with whom he still resides at Royal Lodge on the Windsor estate. However, any perception of thawing relations or a softening stance appears to have been countered by events just a few days later. It has emerged that Prince Andrew was noticeably absent from a significant dinner held within the very grounds of Windsor Castle last Thursday evening. This wasn't just any dinner. It was an event specifically honoring Gordonstoun, the renowned Scottish boarding school that holds a significant place in the history of the modern royal family, and indeed, in Prince Andrew's own personal history. The Duke of York, despite living mere miles away within the Windsor estate, did not receive an invitation to this gathering. The host for the evening was none other than his own sister, Princess Anne, the Princess Royal. She presided over the dinner in her official capacity as the Warden of Gordonstoun, a role signifying her close connection and commitment to the institution. According to a royal source who spoke to the Mail, Prince Andrew, who, like his brothers King Charles and Prince Edward, is an alumnus of Gordonstoun, was simply not on the guest list for this exclusive event. The absence was striking, given his personal ties to the school being celebrated and the event's proximity. A friend of the Duke reportedly conveyed his likely disappointment, telling the publication, "I'm sure the Duke would have loved to have attended the dinner if he had been invited." Gordonstoun itself, when approached for comment, kept its statement brief and formal. A spokesperson for the school remarked, "In her role as warden for Gordonstoun, Her Royal Highness held an intimate evening dinner attended by a small number of guests." The emphasis on intimate and small number might be interpreted as a way to downplay the exclusion, framing it as a highly selective gathering rather than a direct snub. However, given the context, the host being Andrew's sister, the location being Windsor Castle, and the subject being their shared alma mater, the omission inevitably carries considerable weight. To fully appreciate the significance of this, it's worth remembering the deep connection the royal family and Prince Andrew personally have with Gordonstoun. Located near Elgin in Moray, Scotland, the school was famously attended by Prince Philip, the late Duke of Edinburgh, who was a strong advocate for its educational philosophy, which emphasizes character development, challenging experiences, and service alongside academics. Following in his father's footsteps, King Charles attended Gordonstoun, an experience sometimes described as challenging for the young heir. Prince Andrew and Prince Edward later followed suit, becoming part of the school's royal legacy. Interestingly, Princess Anne herself did not attend Gordonstoun as a pupil. The school, founded by the German educationalist Kurt Hahn, only began admitting girls and became fully coeducational in 1972, after Anne had completed her secondary education elsewhere. Despite this, her connection through her father, brothers, and now her role as warden is profound. She has been a dedicated supporter of the school for many years, frequently visiting and participating in events. Her hosting of this dinner underscores her active involvement and the high regard in which the institution is held by the royal family. This makes Andrew's exclusion particularly pointed. It wasn't just a generic royal event he missed, it was one intrinsically linked to his formative years and shared family history. Being excluded from a celebration of his old school, hosted by his sister at Windsor, feels like a distinct message about his current place or lack thereof within the formal and semi-formal structures surrounding the monarchy. Gordonstoun itself is considered one of Britain's leading independent schools, with current annual fees reported at a substantial £61,440. It has educated not just two generations of British royalty, but also children from prominent families across the globe. Its alumni list includes notable figures such as Duncan Jones, the filmmaker son of music legend David Bowie, and Jason Connery, actor son of the iconic Sir Sean Connery, further cementing its prestigious reputation. The timing of this dinner also coincides with a period of adjustment for independent schools like Gordonstoun. As an aside relevant to the school's context, it's facing new financial realities. The UK government recently confirmed the end of the long-standing VAT exemption for private school fees, a policy change that took effect at the beginning of this month. This adds fiscal pressure to institutions that rely on fees and endowments, making fundraising and maintaining strong relationships with alumni and supporters, perhaps through events like the one hosted by Princess Anne, even more crucial. Returning to Prince Andrew, this exclusion from the Gordonstoun dinner serves as a stark reminder of his ongoing predicament. While the Easter appearance might have suggested a degree of family solidarity on a personal level, this incident indicates that official or semi-official events, even those with strong personal resonance, remain off-limits. It suggests that Princess Anne, known for her diligence and no-nonsense approach, and likely acting in alignment with the broader stance of the monarchy under King Charles, is maintaining a clear boundary regarding the Duke of York's participation in events connected to royal roles and patronages, even her own. This perceived snub coming so soon after the relative visibility of Easter could be interpreted as particularly painful for the Duke. It highlights the distinction between private family forgiveness or tolerance and the requirements of public or institutional association. It reinforces the message that while he may be a member of the family, his past actions continue to preclude him from representing or participating in activities associated with the Crown or its related institutions. What does this tell us about the path forward? It seems to reaffirm that there is currently no clear route back to any form of public life or official representation for Prince Andrew. Decisions like this, seemingly minor in the grand scheme of state affairs but significant on a personal and symbolic level, indicate a consistent approach by the senior members of the royal family. They appear determined to protect the institution's reputation and manage Andrew's involvement very carefully, limiting it strictly to private family occasions where public scrutiny is minimal. The contrast between the Easter Sunday walk and the Gordonstoun dinner exclusion paints a nuanced picture. Familial connection exists, but institutional boundaries are firmly in place. For Prince Andrew, it seems the consequences of past associations continue to define his present reality within the royal structure. So, a seemingly small event, a dinner for an old school, carries layers of meaning in the ongoing narrative of Prince Andrew and the royal family. It speaks to personal history, family dynamics, institutional roles, and the careful management of reputation that defines the modern monarchy. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the careful balancing act the royal family performs in navigating these sensitive issues. It highlights the difference between personal family ties and the formal responsibilities and associations that come with royal life. What are your thoughts on this development? Do you see this exclusion as a significant statement, or simply a matter of managing a small, private event? How do you perceive Prince Andrew's current position within the family structure? We would love to hear your perspectives in the comments section below. Your insights and opinions are always valued here. And of course, if you haven't already, please do consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more updates and discussions on the royal family. Click the notification bell too, so you won't miss our next installment. Thank you so much for watching and for spending this time with us. We look forward to seeing you again soon for our next royal update. Until then, take care.